What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Career Mode of Wrexham. This is episode number 58, and as you can tell by the title, it is a huge episode, but we'll get into that a bit later on. We're well into our fourth season in charge now with Wrexham. The season has started. We've started okay, a win, a draw, and a loss in our first three games. We've also won our first round Carabao Cup game. We're still in transfer market territory. We've still got a couple weeks left of the window, which we'll wrap up in today's episode. So far, we've brought in four players. Will Smallbone from Southampton, we signed on a pre-contract. Yuri Regier, we signed from FC20, the right back. Jarrell Quansah, we signed on a free, and as well as Corley Woodrow. So we've added some depth and some first team quality throughout the team, but we're still sort of looking for a centre back, maybe a goalkeeper as well to replace Fotheringham. As I feel like perhaps those two positions are where we need to improve now. And I think that's sort of shown in the early stages of the season. You know, the first game we drew 3-3 with Blackburn. You know, conceding 3 goals off the rip. I don't want to be doing that. You know, I want to be keeping clean sheets. I want to be able to push for promotion this season, and to do that, you need a solid defence. So hopefully we'll be able to bring in a couple players today. Hopefully we'll be able to make some sales as well, because we need to get some players off our books. But before any of that, the first game of the episode, Derby away at Pride Park. The Rams are 14th right now. After 3 games, they have the record just like us: 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Smallbone and Mendy are in for their first league starts of the season, replacing Devine and Chambers. And, after a good save from Fotheringham just 4 minutes in, Paul Mullin would grab the first goal for us. 12 minutes on the clock, and Yuri Regier. Is this the new M&M? Is this the R&M connection now? Obviously, we had the Mendy and Mullin connection that was so fruitful for us over the first 3 seasons. Now we've sort of dropped Mendy as we look at a beautiful sunset over Pride Park in Derby. M&M was the big link-up for the first 3 seasons, but now Mendy has sort of been dropped and Regier's in. He's grabbing so many assists for us already. Is this the new connection, Regier to Mullin? That is the second time already they've linked up this season. Mullin's 3rd goal of the season and 5th goal involvement. And funnily enough, all 3 of Mullin's goals have been headers, which is interesting. Well, that feat would continue. R and M again. Regier with the corner, Mullin with the header, Wrexham with the goal. Poor from the keeper here. He came out, didn't really get anywhere near. He got a fingertip to it, but he was in no man's land, and it crashes off the bar, over the line, and into the back of the net. And we have a 2-0 lead just after the half an hour mark. It's great to see that Regier is really taken to life here at Wrexham. He's basically hit the ground running. And I feel like our fullbacks have kind of switched now, because we had Mendy and Christie before. So a lot of our attacking play from our fullbacks was coming down the left-hand side through Mendy, whilst Christie was more defensive. I feel like that's kind of swapped now, with Chambers on the left now, Regier on the right. Chambers is a bit more defensive, whilst Yuri is just flourishing going forward. You saw with that first assist, it was a beautiful in-swinging cross with his weaker foot. And then he grabs the second assist from the corner as well. Into the second half, we would pepper the Derby goal. Fotheringham didn't have too much to do, but we would see the game out 2-0. By far and away our best performance so far in these early stages of the season. Dominated from minute 1. Peppered the Derby goal and never gave them a sniff down the other end. Mullin with 2 goals, Regier with 2 assists. Lovely stuff. As well as our first clean sheet of the season as well for Wes, which is great to see. Up to 6th now, 4 games in. Luke Chambers comes to us and says that he's happy with the game time he's given us. As we mentioned before, you know, Chambers has been big for us, considering that we've sort of made him the number 1 left back this season. And then a very interesting bid here. Luton came in for Wes Fotheringham. Now, I haven't put him up for sale, Wes, but I am actually looking to move him on. He's 35 years old now, into the last year of his contract, and I haven't been convinced by him. And you guys in the comments as well have been saying that you think that we should move him on and improve the goalkeeper situation as well. So there is a goalkeeper I've got my eye on. So that bid coming in is actually kind of perfect. So hopefully we'll move on Wes, and we'll be able to bring in a new keeper. Well, another deal being accepted here as well is Lloyd Humphreys, a bid from a Belgian side, KV Mechelen. Managed by Stephen Defoe, who for the older audience will remember him as a Belgian midfield player. Played for Burnley as well in the Premier League quite some time ago. Well, quite some time ago, probably about 10 to 15 years ago now. Belgian league team coming in from £1.5 million agreed for the youngster. He played in Belgium on loan last season in Standard Liège, so he obviously likes it over there in Belgium. And I just, I can't really see him doing too much for us. And we need to create some funds as well if I want to bring in some players. So he, along with a couple other players, will be looking to ship on before the transfer window closes. We're going into the second game of the episode. It is our first game of the episode at the Racecourse Ground as we host Bolton Wanderers, back up in the Championship now. Bolton, which is class. Love to see them up in the Championship. They obviously failed to get promoted this season from League One in real life. They lost the Championship the League One playoff final to Oxford. So yeah, congratulations to Oxford being in the Championship, which will be really, really cool to see. Bolton won in the cup, but they are second bottom right now, and they are winless in their first 4 games, 3 defeats and 1 draw. 2 changes to the side, the one at Derby, Hayden and Milner coming in for Kwanzaa and Koulibaly, but to be honest, neither of the teams could find a way through, and it was a bit of a dead game, I'll be honest. Bit of a dull 0-0. Fotheringham, man of the match, though. He made a couple decent saves to keep us in it, and he makes it now back-to-back clean sheets. You know, Wes potentially playing his last game for us before he moves to Luton. You know, it's quite funny that he has kind of turned up now and grabbed a couple of assists. But yeah, that was a game we should have been winning at home, unfortunately, but we do drop points. Still only 1 defeat in the first 5 though, and a couple clean sheets now to go along with that is really, really good to see. Leeds and Sunderland both 5-0-0. Is fantastic starts the season for them. Black Cats only conceded 1 goal, by the way. That was Rocco Vata's goal. They play each other next game at the Stadium of Light as well, so that's going to be a huge one early doors. As we see Lloyd Humphrey's move to Belgium confirmed, £1.5 million done and dusted. Budget up to 8.4 now, which is good. It's getting up there, and we have a couple of interesting bids here. Leeds United, who we just mentioned, obviously starting the Championship season very strong as they look to return to the Premier League. Big bid coming in for Alfie Devine here. We reject a bid from Turkey for Dexter Riley, and then going back to that Alfie Devine bid from Leeds United, £12.7 million for the superstar plus, actually not plus anything. That's way below what we could be asking for him. Anyway, doesn't matter on the price. We are not selling him. Devine is a key part of our team. He won signing of the season last year. So we want to continue his progression into the team. And then an interesting bid. Tom Williams, our backup striker. Swansea coming in for him, which I really like. A local team, coming in for the Welsh striker. And this is another player who just hasn't been able to make it for us. We brought him in off the free agency market. Thought he might be a little star in the making, but he just hasn't been able to grow. So we actually do accept this bid. We negotiate a £1.9 million fee for the 20-year-old. Again, just add in money to our budget, which is fantastic. So Tom Williams will will move to Wales. Will stay in Wales, and we'll move to Swansea as we play our 3rd game of the episode, and we return to cup action. As we take on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Premier League opposition. Will be a tough game, no doubt. We do make plenty of changes, 11 changes as we always rotate for these cup games. Ryan Morris starts. He was asking for a game time in this one. Fellow Youth Academy prospect Elliot Cox on the wing, Riley and Hartridge at the back, and Nathan Lloyd in goal, and George Evans captains the side. Palace, despite them being 20th in the Premier League, just after 2 games though, they've lost both their 2 games. They are full of quality. They are captained by Eperigi, Eze, Renato Sanchez is in the team, as well as Mudryk as well. So this team is definitely a threat, and Palace would take the lead. Ball given away by Guest. Eze shot saved, but he collects the rebound and finds Munir, who slots home. However, we would respond really well. Corley Woodrow would hit the bar, and then from a corner, we would grab the goal. Woodrow grabbing his first goal for the team. Elliot Cox with the assist, and then a huge save here from Nathan Lloyd. Absolutely loved this. Diving into the tackle, body first, putting himself on the line for the team. Well, Sanchez would force Fotheringham into another smart save as we moved into the second half. And yeah, Palace were flexing their muscles here. They have a very good roster, and they were flexing their muscles here, and they were peppering us. However, with 17 minutes to go, Mason Guest would grab his first goal in Wrexham colours, going to the away end and celebrating, as it looks like he may have grabbed the winner. 17 minutes to go. Cox, with his second assist of the game, by the way, finds the right back, who I have no idea what he was doing in the 6-yard box. He slots home, and we have a 2-1 lead, a Premier League side. I don't know what the right back was doing up there, but you have to love it. Well, 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to go on the clock now. Palacios drives into the middle, and our hearts would be broken. Decore smashing a header in at the near post, and Palace find the equaliser with 8 minutes to go. And that would be that. We would head to another penalty shootout, second round in a row. We overturned MK Dons in the penalty shootout. Nathan Lloyd was the hero that day, saving 2 of the spot kicks. Can he be the hero again for us today and cause an upset? Well, Palace with the first spot kick. Lloyd went the right way as well. I thought he had it, but it went in regardless. Milner scores. Vivian sends Lloyd the right way, and Palace have a 2-1 lead. Corley Woodrow saved by Dean Henderson, and Wrexham blink first in the shootout. Sanchez, Renato scoring. Will Smallbone missed a spot kick against MK Dons, but scores here. Eberechi, Eze. Again, Lloyd goes the right way. That's twice that Lloyd has dived the right way. I thought he had it. But they've just snuck through. That is heartbreaking. And Alex Lowry now has to score to keep us in this tie, and Henderson saves. Dean Henderson, the hero. And Palace move on to the third round of the Carabao Cup. Hey, look, it wasn't meant to be, we don't really value this cup that much. For us, it's just about getting promoted. That is always our goal. And unless we get to it deep into one of these cup competitions, I will always rotate the sides and prioritise the league. And, we went toe-to-toe with a Premier League team, and we took them all the way to penalties. So I'm proud of the sides, and, I want to be playing teams like that every week. I want us to be up there, but yeah, for now, our Carabao Cup journey comes to an end, as Ryan Morris says that he feels like he let us down. Well, Ryan, I feel like your progression has dipped, and you haven't been able to live up to the standard of the Championship. And I actually might look to move on Morris. I think he's in the last year of his contract now, so we might look to move on the youngster. As Will Smallbone says that he's happy with the game time, which is great. I've been impressed with Smallbone so far. Tom Williams has his move to Swansea confirmed. He's moving just down the road, basically. £1.9 million fee. Don't mind that, considering we signed him for free. As you see, the budget now just shy of £10 million. And I said we would, as you can tell by the title, we make our club record signing. And I felt like we had to bring in a goalkeeper, but we have to bring in a centre-back. We need to improve the defence. And I identified this guy, Jacob Greaves of Hull City, as the man I want to bring into the team. 25 years old, 76 rated. He's tall, but he's fast. I think he's the perfect fit. He's almost like an upgrade of Josh Earl, basically. I think he is a fantastic addition to the team. And we also managed to include Alex Hartridge in the deal, which is great because it means we get rid of a player who I don't want on the books, plus we save a bit of money on this transfer fee. So we end up agreeing an £8.1 million deal plus Hartridge for the 25-year-old. Offer him a £14,000 a week deal, a crucial role in the side, and a 3-year contract. Jacob Greaves, he is going to become our biggest and best centre-back that we have at the team. He's going to become our club record signing, and he'll be one of our highest rated players in the side as well. I just think at 25 years old, he's one of the best centre-backs in the league, and Hull are, I know we're early days, but they're struggling in the league as well. So I just think snapping this guy up, I think it's a no-brainer, really. I had my eye on him for a little while, but we needed to sell some players to increase the budget and make sure we could afford him. But now we have our man. So Jacob Greaves, welcome to Wrexham. I hope you enjoy your stay here, my man. He takes on the number 3, and he'll go straight into the team alongside Jarrell Quan. So I'm buzzing with this signing. I tell you what, we really need to improve our centre-backs, and I think we've done that massively. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of this signing? Do you approve of Jacob Greaves? Let me know. Well, after that signing, we just have £1 million, just over £1 million left in the budget. So If we want to sign anyone else, we're going to have to make some sales. And then, actually, I don't think I touched on this or I showed it, but the Fotheringham deal fell through. He rejected the chance to go to Luton, which is kind of frustrating because I wanted to move him on. But Wes will be staying with us for now, at least. Well, heading into the fourth and final game of the episode, it would be Coventry at home at the Racecourse Ground. Jacob Greaves making his debut straight into the lineup. He is the only change from the side that drew with Bolton. Well, it wouldn't be a good start. Regier would give the ball away, and then Greaves would fly into a tackle, getting a yellow card, and it would be Coventry who take a 1-0 lead. The side who have only won once in the league so far this season, 1-3-1 in their opening 5 games. We played Coventry in one of the last 2 games of last season where we were awful. There was nothing to play for, but Coventry just absolutely battered us, and I hope that we can sort of turn that around now and show that we are here to compete now this season. Well, going into the second half, and Alex Lowry would grab his first goal since the opening day, and it was assisted by who? Yeah, you guessed it, Yuri Regier. This kid already, I can tell, is going to be a star. Yet another headed goal for us as well. I feel like about 80% of our goals so far have been headed goals. I don't know what's going on there, but our aerial threat has always been apparent in the first 3 seasons, but now apparently more so than ever, it's massively apparent. So we grabbed the equaliser, and but it would be Coventry that would come back, actually, really trying to reassign the momentum in this game, and they would force Fotheringham into a couple good saves. They were peppering us in the second half, but then Jacob Mendy would arguably have the best chance for us. Jacob Greaves finding Mendy, whose shot was tipped over, and then Greaves himself denied a debut goal. What a moment this would have been, but the Coventry players surround the Coventry keeper, who makes a great save. Collins diving down to his left, denying Greaves the debut goal and the debut winner. So unlucky there, but the chance isn't over yet. Jewison Bennett with the corner now, yet to have a goal or assist. Jewison, he has struggled to start off the season as he finds Paul Mullin, and it was almost another headed goal. Paul Mullin's header crashing off the bar. I don't know if the keeper got a fingertip to that. I don't think he did. And the referee blows full time. Much better second half. Greaves definitely grew into the game after that shaky start. Coventry had their spells, but I think a draw is probably a fair result. Nice to see Alex Lowry get on the score sheet after the opening day goal against Blackburn. And, well, what can I say? Yuri Regier, another assist. A great one as well. But it's a second draw in a row and our third in our opening 6 games. I really don't want to become one of those teams that draws like half their games. You know, I want us to push on and really emphasize the wins. But right now, yeah, we're struggling at the moment to turn those draws into victories. As we look at the board's objectives, I think the wins is glitched from last season, because it's the same objective from last season where they wanted us to have 10 wins, and it already says we have 18, even though we've played 6 games in all comps this season. So bit of a weird one, that. But in terms of the other objectives, we've sold and signed 2 players. We just need to basically use up all of our budget, as Ryan Richards has his loan move to Huddersfield confirmed. We then have Matty Folds, a bid from a Spanish second division side for Matty Folds. Look, I know it's not the most realistic destination, but we need to sell him, and we have had no bids that have been realistic for him at all. So with his contract running up, I do actually accept that bid because I want to get him done, but it was the last hour, so I didn't think it was going to happen. We also had another bid as well, Aaron Hayden, a New York FC coming in for him. Again, a similar situation where Hayden we're going to look to move him on, and he wasn't actually up for transfer, but with his contract running out at the end of the season, I thought, a move to the MLS was actually a pretty fitting way to end his career. We did accept it, but it did fall through, unfortunately. So a couple players I looked to get off the books didn't do so, unfortunately. We're going to have some decisions to make in terms of contracts this season. The following deal, as we mentioned as well, fell through. So that rounds up today's episode 58. What a mega episode it was. We broke our club transfer record. £8.1 million on Jacob Greaves, the new centre-back. Let me know in the comments what you think of that signing. Do you think it was a good deal? Do you think that we need to bring in anyone else before... Well, the window's now closed, but do you think... give us some transfer targets for January. We were unable to move on Fotheringham, but I do have my eye on a couple keepers still, so we'll see if we can sort out the budget. In terms of on the pitch, we drew 2 of the 4 games today, crashed out of the cup unfortunately, but it's still a decent start. 2 wins, 3 draws, 1 defeat after 6 games. Well, I hope you're enjoying the series, guys. If you are, drop a like on the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in episode 59 very soon.